All right, let's take a look at the queue statistics settings. This is something new. This is an enhancement. It's not even available yet in the next release. We're still finalizing this and trying to get it rolled out. But I can choose some statistics that I'm going to see on the dashboard, and I can choose which queues I'm going to show this for. By default, it'll show all queues. And I could choose which fields or which metrics are important to me that I want to see. And you have an auto reload on that, maybe auto reload every 5 minutes on some of the information is not real time. It's based on averages, so how often you want to reload that and refresh the statistics. So this is available on a new tab. It's dashboard, and oops, let me see. Let's go with statistics, Q statistics. Okay, actually I guess I do need to click on each one of them. All right, and then we go back to dashboard. All right, so here's some colors for you. So you've got the sales queue, you got the support queue. It shows the agents online. So I've got 2 agents online. How many are busy? Let's go ahead and see if we can place another call. All right, you can see the call is in the red box. We got 1 call queued up. And it's going to be, I'll go ahead and answer it. All right, so we got 1 agent that's busy out of 2. And let's see. So you can see 1 active call. Let me go ahead and hang up. You can see now the purple is indicating, showing I've got 1 agent, which is me. I'm in the wrap-up state for about 10 seconds, and now it changes back to online. All right, then you've got the, let's go ahead and answer that call maybe in the other queue. So we got another call coming in. And I've answered the call by the second phone that I have. Okay, so in the sales queue, you've got one out of your 2 agents are busy. Active calls, they're in the sales queue. Let's see. You've got the oldest call waiting. This is an average. You've got the answered calls. How many calls have been answered, the speed at which they've been answered, the average call duration, the total number of abandoned calls. And this has been since for the day. Okay, so if you're wondering about the time frame for these statistics, it's for the day. And then you've got the queue, the average wait time. These calls, they're getting answered or getting placed. They're not really spending a lot of time in the queue. They're actually bringing the agent so that they're not actually in the queue waiting to be answered. All right, so this is the new dashboard that we're going to be rolling out here. It's again, it's not available in the current release, but we are looking at trying to get that finalized maybe within the next month or 2. And so you'll see that in an upcoming release. So some good things coming down the pipe there. But I did want to show that because that's a lot of people have been asking for that. Now I want to look at reports. So to wrap up here, we've spent a good bit of time showing you some information. Now let's look at reports. So you got the general information. To be honest, not a lot of useful information. These reports here are just going to show you like the basic parameters of the system, like the agents. It'll show you a list of all the agents, a list of all the queues and their extension numbers, the list of all the wrap-up codes. Okay, so just basically some general system settings that we've been using. Cdrs, this is where you'll want to probably get most of your information. So if you have CDRs by agent, by queue, by date, and then you click on it, and again, you could put the time frame that you want these statistics to be shown for in the report. This will be, you got some canned time frames, predefined time frames, or you can do custom time frames. And then you can specify which agents it's going to be pertaining to. You can choose which agents. If you don't, it's going to get all the agents. You can also choose which queue is going to be shown. And then there's a summary option here, and I'll show you what that is here in a moment. But if I run the report, okay, run report, and you see immediately bottom left-hand corner, it gives me a CSV file. And if I go ahead and open it, just takes a moment to open. All right, it's open on my other screen, so let me slide it in. All right, this report shows, again, this is just for the agent, the one agent, or actually all agents in the sales queue and the calls that they've received, the time stamp, the wait time in the queue, the call duration, and then you can see my wrap-up codes that I entered here. Any comments, you can see those in the statistics. All right, let's run the report again, but this time we'll do just a summary report, and that way you can see the difference. All right, the summary report is exactly that. It shows just a summary of the agents in the sales queue, how many calls were answered, their call duration, and the total call duration and the call duration average. All right, so you've got your reports. You can put these reports. Put these reports on a schedule. So you can see over here on the right-hand side, there is a schedule option. So if I click on schedule, I can give it a name. Let's say Andy's report. And I can put the time frame for when this report is going to be valid. So this is June 7th. I want to make this available for the next, maybe next week, or maybe even move it out for a couple weeks. Which report, and then I could put the time frame on the report. Maybe it's going to be for the day. I could put which queue it's going to be for, which agents, I get whether or not it's going to be summary. How often is this report going to be recurring? The file name, it's going to have a name. It'll have the name of the report, the date, and the timestamp on it by default. You can change that up. And the report, once it's generated, it can be sent to your email address. You just put in your email, or it can be sent to an FTP server, and then you put the server information in there. So you can have that generated automatically every day. Monday morning, 9 a.m., you get a report in your email. It has the call statistics on it. All right, so that's your reports. There's one that we've added here recently. I just want to show it, and this will probably be the last item. This is the agent trace report. So if I click on the agent tracing report, and again, this is new. You're not going to see this in the current software. I should have just chose just one agent, but I chose both. Okay, so it's going to be a busy report. Let me close this again, and I'm going to generate a new one just for the sales queue and agent and Andy. Run the report. All right, so this will track all the basically all the details and the different states, the time frames of the agent throughout the course of the day. So this can be important. So, you know, if the agent was online. I took a call here. You could see the call was busy in the sales queue. Call duration 32 seconds. I flagged that call. It specifies the call, and it was answered. Shows the phone number of the calling party. Specified that the reason was follow-up was needed on that particular call. And then I went into wrap-up state. At that point, it was set for 30 seconds. You can see a little while later, the wrap-up state, after I changed it, the wrap-up state was only for 10 seconds once we changed it. Shows when they were online, when they're ringing, when they received the call, it was presented to them, they didn't answer it. So throughout the course of the day, this is all the activity, different states, the calls that were answered, shows all the activity of that particular agent. Real useful report. Again, this is something that we're working on. All right, so I think that about wraps it up. And if we go back, let me just look at the queues again. I want to see if we've covered all the information on the queues, the call summary, the call details. You can see all that. All right, so that concludes the presentation that I have, and in a moment here I'll open it up and we can go over and take some questions. Maybe I'll take some of the questions, review some of the questions that came in through the chat session. But for those that are getting ready to drop off, I appreciate your time this morning. This is it's an enterprise grade call center solution, and I hope you all appreciate the work that's gone into this, and you get out there and you're able to install it. As it's very easy to install. Don't be afraid of it. Call centers are quite common and used out there extensively. All right, so thank you again, and I hope you have a good day. All right, let me just go ahead and I'm going to turn recording off. All right, so let me just go back. As far as Tune, you ask about CRM. You know, we have Sugar CRM. Okay, so that's out there, that's available. We've recently updated it to their most recent version. Okay. David, did I answer your questions? I think you had a couple questions. As far as the 32X, the 32X has basic ACD, but it does not have EAC. Okay, remember, all the EAC is built on the QX platform. The database and all that, it all resides there on the QX itself. So it has all your basic ACD settings. That's all in there. Okay. Let me open up the microphones in case anybody has a question that they'd like to ask. The microphones are open, so if you do have a question, either chat or audio, either one will work. You're welcome, Holly. Good luck with that install. Let us know if you need any help. All right, the question pertaining to CRM, there is a document on a support portal with the Sugar CRM. I'll talk about how to configure that and how to get that work. It's been recently updated. So it has their current, actually their free open source is Sugar CRM. We just updated that within the last month. So let us know if you have questions on that, but that should be on a support portal. And by the way, if you do have questions on the ACD EAC, you can go into the support portal and you look at the knowledge base software applications, and then you have the EAC ACD service. Click on software, and there's a user's guide which has all the information in it. Can you control two PBXs with one ACD? I mean, the two PBXs are interconnected by SIP. Yes, actually, you can't. The ACD is all going to reside on one system, and basically, you'll need those extensions in the other system. They're just going to be when you go to configure your ACD settings for the agent. Okay, when you go take a look at the agent settings, down here you notice that the connection, the call type. So when this agent is logged in, right now it's going to this extension 100. But when the agent logs in, I could just as easily send that call out to the PSTN. I could just as easily send it out through the call routing table using the auto option. I could place a SIP call to that agent so that you can call 103 at 192.168.1.20 or something. But more than likely, you're just going to use the call routing table, and you could dial to, let's say, all the extensions in the other office. Maybe they all begin with a 2 and 100. Prefix 2 and then 100, that would send the call to the other office. Now they would log in to the EAC. They would need a connection back for the web application. They would need a connection back to the first office where the EAC resides. All right. Okay, so that would work for you, David. All right. Do we have any other questions? All right. Then again, can you manage remote extensions? Can you manage remote extensions? Yes. These can be remote extensions. So I could be you can have your telecommuters that are working from home, and they can have a remote extension. And that remote extension could be an ACD agent. It's again, these agents are treated just like regular extensions, so that's not a problem. All right, will that be it? Seems like David's the only one with any questions. Anybody else have anything? An ACD agent be a virtual extension? No. He has to have at some point he needs to have a phone instrument. And again, that phone instrument could be out to the PSTN network, but basically it's going to be, you've got your settings here. You can play where you're going to place that call. When it's time for that agent to receive a call, where is that call going to be routed to? And it's you need a destination. You won't put it in a ring group. That's kind of defeats the purpose of the queue. That's the purpose of your queue, is to ring. If you need that, you're going to ring all agents. So you'd ring all agents from the queue. Yeah, I suppose, I mean, a system is going to place a call over the other PBX, and if you're going to send that over to a ring group in the other PBX, then I suppose that can happen. We'll try to get together a slideshow or a sorry, not the slideshow, but the recording of this. We'll try to post it out there. The last webinar that I did, it's out there and available. And we'll try to do some more of these types of presentations. I think they're helpful, so we'll try to get some more of these done. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, and you have a good day and a good weekend coming up. All right. Thanks for joining, and good luck to all of you.